Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're giving you our wide receiver rankings for the 2021 fantasy football season. We want to help you win your draft to win your league. Let's start this fantasy football podcast right now.
Hello and welcome to the Fantasy Football Upside. I am Justin. Kyle points at himself. Thanks for dropping by our Fantasy Football podcast and YouTube channel. We appreciate it. We like to have a good time. We hope you do too. Like I mentioned on the last episode, this is a new week, so we have our new installment of our too early rankings. Yesterday, we gave you our wide receivers 36 through 31, so subtract 6 there. I think that's wide receiver 30 through 25. Kyle, are my numbers good?
Let me double check and
Statistics.
yeah, they check out. The math checks.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, we gave you last week. We gave you our too early running back rankings, so check those out as well. Kyle, what you got before we get right into it?
We're excited to be back, guys. We want to help you win that
Championship.
and we're always asking.
Do you need assistance?
So yeah, we're here to help you out. If you got questions, drop them down below. But we're focusing on the like button this year, so make sure you hit that like button, like the big guy hitting the buffet, and we'll try to help you out. All right, All right,
Yep.
Justin, let's dive in head first into the shallow end, as always. Right, we're wide receiver 30. Who do you have?
I have Will Fuller of the Miami Dolphins now, no longer Houston Texans, signed a 1-year deal. Will Fuller, before he got suspended last year, was wide receiver number 7. And he's actually going to still miss week 1, but that's his only game that he's got left of his suspension. But of the 11 games he played last year, he was startable in 9 of them, Kyle. And 2 of those were elite starts. So he is a deep threat. Always has been since he came out of Notre Dame. Health has always been kind of a concern, but he was healthy last year for the most part until that suspension, of course. But, deep threat. Tua is his quarterback. Does he have the arm strength? I don't know exactly, but we'll find out soon. There are some, other weapons there. They got Devontae Parker, Jalen Waddle, Preston Williams. He was one of those former fantasy darlings as well. That could take away some targets, but 1-year contract. Will Fuller's going to be playing for that big payday, man.
Yeah. I
Yep.
mean, he's just got to, stay quote unquote healthy, right?
I can't see you if you're putting air quotations
Oh, you know
up
it.
there.
You could sense it, right? All right.
I felt it.
Yeah. All right. So let's jump over here to wide receiver 29. I'll throw those air quotes out there right there.
There it is.
All right. Our wide receiver 29 is actually DJ Chark Jr., right? He was wide receiver 36 in our 2020 power rankings. He had 5 startable finishes with 2 elite games. He only saw 93 targets in 2020. So the question is, could there maybe be more coming? I think that it's kind of a question mark, right? I mean, you've got Urban Meyer now as the head coach. Then you've also got Trevor Lawrence behind center. So I have to imagine that there's going to be some more involvement in the passing game for everybody. I think that they're not going to rely as heavily on the running backs, hopefully. If you're drafting DJ Chark, I think that's your big hope. He's performed in the past when they did focus on the run. When they focused on the pass a little bit more. He has done really well. He's had, I think his rookie season, he was absolutely phenomenal,
Yes.
if I recall. And
Yes.
so it's kind of been a letdown that he's not been able to perform to the same level. But wide receiver 36 in our power rankings is not the worst that you could do, I would imagine. So,
Yes.
all right, Justin, who do we have at wide receiver 28?
Wide receiver 28, Cortland Sutton, Denver Broncos. Going back in 2019 numbers, he was wide receiver 17. That was his last season of fully healthy because he only played 30 snaps in 2020. In that first game, he went out torn ACL, I believe. But word is that he will not start on the PUP list. Should not be any kind of restrictions on him. I mean, this guy was the number 1 target on the team before he got hurt. Yes, they have Jerry Jeudy as a wide receiver, but he's got a case of the dropsies. So I still think Cortland Sutton is the number 1 target on this team. And who knows, maybe they have a new quarterback before the season starts. This is a possible landing spot for Deshaun Watson. If that's the case, could be a really good season for a Cortland Sutton.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
I've never been a huge fan.
I know you
You know,
haven't.
I mean,
I know you haven't, but I mean, wide receiver 17 in 2019. They kind of struggled offensively with the receiving game last year because they really missed him. So there's really not going to be him competing against that much in the receiving game.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean that's the big benefit that you have usually out
Yeah.
there. I mean, Fant hasn't really shown up as you would hope he would.
No.
I think he could come on this year. This is his third year, I believe, right?
Believe so.
So he could start gobbling up some targets. They need a
Yeah.
QB. I mean, if it's Aaron Rodgers, then yeah, go for it, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You done messed up, Aaron!
All right, so let's go here to wide receiver 27. All right, we've got Jamar Chase with Cincinnati Bengals. Yeah, they don't have an indoor practice facility. Fifth overall pick in 2021 draft. He caught 20 TDs in 2019 off of 83 catches, actually, down at LSU. He had 1,700 and I believe it was 85. I can't read that. 1,785 yards as a sophomore. That was that same year, 2019. He didn't have any stats for 2020. So, he still got the fifth overall pick. It's quite high for a wide receiver who didn't play for a whole year.
Who was his quarterback in 2019?
2019, Joey Burrow, right?
There he is.
There he is. So
Reunited and it feels so good.
yeah, I mean, that's really the benefit. That's what you're looking for here, right? Is that they're going to be able to do that again. Now, it's going to be a difficult task because you've got T. Higgins already there, who's established himself as a solid target. You've got Tyler Boyd. You've got a few other guys, right? I mean, it's really, I don't know. I don't know if he's going to be able to step right in. I don't know that they're expecting for him to step
Well,
right in.
I'm going to guess it's going to take him just a couple games, but I mean, you have three really good wide receivers and Joe Burrow that was throwing the ball 40 to 50 times a game. There's quite a few targets and there's not much at the tight end position for the Bengals.
Yeah.
So I think it should be looking pretty good for him. I like him.
Just need an offensive line. That's it.
What, you need that?
Something to keep Joe Burrow like legs intact.
You need that?
I most of the time, but you could talk to Tony Romo, maybe not.
Maybe not.
Yeah. All right, guys. Speaking of talking about something, I don't know. We'll talk about the Victory Draft Kit here, right? Because we want to help you win your draft to win your league this year. We want to make sure that you get to the playoffs, and you got to start day one. You got to start the right way. So we put together the Victory Draft Kit to help you do that. It's chock full of all kinds of information. You're going to be able to get that at ffbupside.com. Or at patreon.com/fantasyfootballupside. Guarantees you the lowest price of the entire season by getting it then. It's chock full of information that's going to help you dominate your draft to win your league. Remember, you can't win your league on day one, but you certainly can lose it. So let's get this information, make sure that you're able to handle things. Gives you all the pre-draft rankings that you need, all the standard PPR, half PPR, power rankings for 2020, consistency grades. These are things that we've been working on all off-season to make sure you have that information. We'll give you sleepers, deep sleepers, underrated players, overrated players, fades, hidden gems. I think last year we really helped some people find some guys off the waiver wire. So make sure you head to our site, start downloading. All right?
Check us out.
Yeah.
See how it is.
See how it feels.
Yeah.
All right, we're
go
moving
from
on
there.
here to wide receiver 26, right?
Number 26, I have Brandon Ayuk, San Francisco 49ers. Man, I love this guy. He is so freaking explosive. Just get the ball in his hands. He was startable in 9 of 12 games played in 2020,
He's
which
kind
was
of-
his rookie year.
Yeah, he's kind of like,
What is that, velvet?
He kind of is. Oof, dreamy. Oh. Where was I going with this? All right. Brandon Ayuk is wide receiver 14 and fantasy points per game at 10.4. And Shanahan, man, he can call a game and he knows when to get the ball in the hands of his playmakers. That's why he manufactures touches for Brandon Ayuk, Debo, and my guy, George Kittle. They manufacture ways. Ayuk was
I mean, that
fantastic.
sounded a little bit weird the way you said manufactured touches.
Well, I mean, this is a PG-13 show.
Yeah.
Come on, get your head out of the gutter.
don't
I
know,
like
man.
Brandon Ayuk. I mean, he was really good down the stretch, but that
Yeah.
was also without George Kittle and Debo, so that
Yeah.
could have been a little skewed.
Could be a little bit. Yeah, we'll see.
Get your head out of the gutter, Kyle. Give me your 25 player.
Yeah, my bad. All right, wide receiver 25 is Kenny Galladay, good old Kenny G. He played 5 games in 2020, but had 4 startable finishes in those 5 games. That's pretty good consistency right there. New York Giants, that's where he's going to play this year. They only had 5% of their 2020 targets vacated. So he's stepping onto a team that pretty much they managed to handle all the receptions that were available last year. So there's a question for me as to who's going to be truly the wide receiver 1 there. It's between Kenny Galladay and Darius Slayton. Slayton
No
had-
Sterling Shepard love?
No, I've never.
Can't stay healthy enough.
No, he hasn't been. He had like 3 games his rookie season that he was okay, and that was just about it. Since then, I think that he's riding high off those 3 games. I mean, it's like
Hey, just keep milking it.
4th or 5th year at this point, right? Maybe
It
more.
really is.
Yeah.
It is.
And he's gonna break out. It's like the old Chris Herndon truthers. Like he's gonna break out. It's only because of Adam Gase, or it's
Gosh, I had
because he's
flashbacks.
just not good enough. Like he's got all of the physical talent and skill, and none of the work ethic. He just needs to get in the gym, become a gym rat. All right, so yeah, all right, that's gonna do it for us, guys. So make sure that you check out the latest episodes right here, right? The 36 through 31 wide receivers, and we'll see you next time. Thanks a lot. Bye.
See you guys.